Hello, and welcome to another episode in the Bosch Rexroth CompuSpread training series. Today we are going to cover setting the minimum and maximum valve outputs for the conveyor or auger, otherwise known as valve nulling on the CompuSpread CS-550. Although this could also be an auger, for the sake of training we will call it conveyor. This nulling also applies to the conveyor, prewet, and anti-ice outputs. Before we begin, always remember, safety first. Ensure the vehicle you are about to work on is in a safe condition and safe location to run. If the vehicle is in a safe condition and location, the first step will be to start the vehicle, and if equipped turn on the PTO. If your vehicle is equipped with cruise control, it is best to set the engine RPM to around 1200 to 1500 RPM. If not equipped with cruise control, you will need to try and maintain a steady RPM around 1200 to 1500 while performing the nulling procedure. Now let's jump in and get started. For you to enter into the program mode of the CS-550 you will need the Rexroth program key, which is a small USB drive. First, insert the program key into the USB port of the CS-550. Next you will want to touch the lock icon on the right of the display. After you touch the icon, the display should show the words, "Loading, please wait." Once the controller enters the program mode you will want to look at the icons on the left. Touch the icon that looks like a valve block. Then press the Conv tab at the top. Now that we are in the conveyor valve settings page, you can see all the settings that pertain to the operation of the conveyor. First, at the top of the page is the control mode of the conveyor. As we will first be covering manual nulling, we will select Manual from the drop-down. Manual nulling is performed when there is no feedback sensor from the motor or flow meter. Now let's move on to setting the conveyor minimum and maximum outputs. Today we will start with the minimum, but it does not matter which order we start. Remember, we first need to set the engine RPM to around 1200 RPM. From this point on, you need to be aware that we will be making the conveyor move, so for safety you need to ensure the conveyor is clear and no person is near the conveyor. With the engine running and set to 1200 RPM, you want to touch the box that contains the value next to the word min. When you touch the box, a small set of up, down arrows will appear to the right of the min and max setting. The goal here is to find the setting that will cause the conveyor to begin to move by using the up and down arrows. Using the up arrow will cause the conveyor to move faster and using the down arrow will slow it down. Once you have found the setting that causes the conveyor to begin to move, you need to touch the min box again. This will make the arrows disappear from the screen and lock in the setting. Now that the minimum output is set, we can move on to setting the maximum output. The maximum output of the conveyor sets the maximum speed. The maximum conveyor speed is subjective and each agency will generally have different requirements. The goal of setting the maximum conveyor output is to find the fastest speed that your agency wants to see the conveyor go when the operator of the vehicle turns the knob all the way to its maximum setting. To do this we will do the same as when we set the minimum and touch the box with the value of the max output setting. At this point the conveyor will probably be turning. Again, the small up and down arrows will appear. Use the arrows to set the conveyor to the maximum speed that your agency wants to set. Once you have found the correct setting, you can touch the box with the max output setting and the max output will be locked in and the arrows will disappear. So, that's all there is to setting manual null. The min and max output has been set. The procedure will be similar for spinner, prewet, and anti-ice, it's just a matter of going to the relevant setup tab. If you are done, you can now exit program mode by touching the exit door icon in the bottom left corner of the screen. Now we will talk about auto null. If the function you are controlling, conveyor, prewet, and anti-ice, has a feedback sensor, and the control mode is set to a closed loop control, you will see a white button which says auto null. This means the controller can find the minimum and maximum null values for you. For the conveyor, you will need to know how many pulses per revolution your motor speed sensor is and enter that value in the sensor pulses box. To do this, ensure that no one is around the function you are about to null for safety. With the engine running at 1200 RPM and PTO engaged, press the auto null button. The function, for example the conveyor, will slowly start to move then increase in speed until a maximum is found. Then the function will slow down to a stop. Once this is complete, new values will be shown in the min and max nulling boxes. You may choose to manually change these values after following the manual nulling procedure shown before. And that is it for auto nulling. You can exit the setup screen and the values obtained will be saved. This concludes today's episode and thank you very much for watching.